Hey guys, it's Empyrant from Twitch. I just want to go over a real quick video on everyone's favorite micro trick, quick walling. So one quick note on quick walling before we get into how to do it and some tips on it. This is not the difference between the high level players and low level players. A lot of people watch Viper do quick walls like crazy and they think it's amazing and like, wow, he never loses a Vil because of it. Like, this is why he's so good, is he's so fast with this. But really, I would say it's more game knowledge, game sense, and just the more basic general mechanics that they have down so solidly. Quick walling is maybe 0.1% of what makes Viper and the other top players so incredibly good. So just that quick note on here, you're not going to go from sub 1000 elo to 2000 elo just by learning this trick, but it's still really fun to do. It's really satisfying when you get it, and yeah, so we'll get into it. Alright, so first things first, you really need to have a grid mod on in order to quick wall. I mean, technically it's possible without it, but it's very, very difficult because where you're going to place your palisades is really dependent on the grid here. So you can see if I'm moving in a straight line along one of the squares, it's going to be really hard. The thing is, you have to get the palisade walls between you and whatever's attacking. And usually they're not going to be more than a whole square away from you if they've already hit you once. Okay? This quick walling that we're going over today, by the way, is open field quick walling, so it's not like walling out there man at arms rush before it hits your wood line or something like that. That might be a video for another day. This one is just regular quick walling. So what you want to be doing is moving along the diagonal of the squares. Okay, so either up that way or in this way. Very diagonal. There we go. Across the diagonal of the squares. All right. And there are two ways to quick wall. One is much easier than the other. One is saves you a little bit faster, but it's much harder. So the hard way that you'll see a lot of the pros do is they'll be going along, and then they'll drop two behind the Vil at the same time, and then you can just finish quick walling in the other corners. Obviously, it's very important that you know your hotkeys for palisade wall. So for me, it's S and then S again, which makes it really easy because it's the exact same button I just hit. So I would I use the HD hotkeys. It might be a little different on Definitive Edition, but if you're looking to get good at quick walling, I would suggest making it the same key as your military buildings hotkey. So you can just double tap it, pull it up really fast. The other way to do it, and this is my preferred way because, like I said, it's much easier. So you're walking along, build a palisade wall in front of your unit, and then just click to the other side, and as soon as you round the corner, drop the next one. This is much easier. So let me get Loom here real quick, just in case I'm talking a little more. And I tried to do this before up here because I wanted to get away from the sheep because they were making a lot of noise before I collected them, and I ended up having to quick wall myself in just because the lion was coming after me. If we try it with the boar here, just to show a quick example, I'm going to shoot our boar, then make sure we're moving down diagonally. Okay, if the boar will follow us. And then, so that would be the hard way. So again, double tap the hotkey or whatever it is. So military buildings, palisade. And then you drop two in between you and the boar to make it run, to put the palisades directly in between you and the boar. Like I said though, that is not the easiest way to do it. Where's that boar going? There we go. So now I'll do it the easy way. So we're gonna shoot the boar. It's gonna follow us. What we're gonna do, place the palisade wall in front of us. And then as soon as we round the corner of that first palisade wall, you're going to drop the second. That is much easier because we're only having to place one quick wall really before the boar gets or whatever the enemy is gets onto that palisade square. So, all right, those are some of the basics. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull up a special campaign or special scenario that I made for this, and then look at it there with some actual units. All right. Okay, so here we have just a little scenario I made. So we have a lot of different units that you'll encounter during the game that you may or may not want to quick wall from. Also Teutonic Knight, because it's going to be the easiest thing to quick wall from. So we can actually start with that. If you have slower units following you, like a Teutonic Knight, maybe even Militia, although they are faster than your villagers, so you have to be a little careful with those. But it makes it... Where are you going? Let's attack the gate. Yes, I do have infinite health on my bills here, so... Alright, at any rate, so with this one, terrible job by me. There's a reason that I don't usually do that one. I don't even usually practice it. Okay, but if we're doing the hardware, again, we're just going to build the bottom two. One thing to be careful of... Oh god, sorry, I was talking, they kill the palisades so quickly. Like Teutonic Knights are strong or something. One thing to be careful of, you didn't used to be able to do this, but in Definitive Edition, units can sometimes attack across the corner when you're building it. So if you have like a 1 HP villager, sometimes you can still die if they hit the corner just right. Apparently I gave the buildings max or infinite health too. So that is one thing to be careful of. But you can see slower units building it behind works alright. A little faster units, such as our pikemen here. Here, I would really recommend drop the forward one, and then go around the corner, build the next one right behind the corner. And it's going to be pretty much the same with all of these. You can't build the next palisade if they're on the square at all, right? So it is important to be able to drop the walls as quickly as possible, which is why I really highly suggest when you do this to do the method where you go around the square or around the palisade. Okay. Alright, now we're 2v1 scouts. We'll drop the palisade. And then go around the corner. Makes it really easy. Same thing, same exact thing with it. Oh god, we're gonna be attacked by everything. Uh-oh. I don't know if we can quick wall this. Sure we can. With our fancy easy way. And last one here. Okay, so one thing I wanted to show real fast here, why you want to do it diagonally. So if we don't do it diagonally, it means we're having to try to get a full length of wall in between me and the enemy. So that's why we don't want to move along the grid. We want to move diagonally to the grid so that you can drop the walls on either side, or again, place one in front and then circle around. Alright, so just one last thing I want to go over real quick is if you think your enemy is trying to quick wall to save a villager or something, and you don't want that to happen, there is something that you can do to try to prevent this. So obviously this is just the AI. I don't think the AI has been programmed to quick wall, although it wouldn't surprise me. They're improving it every, like just about every month. But so all we're going to do, attack and move up next to it right away. You have to remember the thing about quick walling that makes it work is getting some distance between their unit or your unit and the enemy, right? So if you don't give them that space, you can prevent them from doing that. And the attack animation actually goes generally, with a few exceptions, past when the actual attack occurs. So we're just going to the far right corner here, Vil. Okay, so again, we're going to attack. Oh, you changed directions on me. And then just try to move up next to him before our attack animation would normally end. That wasn't the best example, but to be fair, the AI kind of moves all over when they're getting attacked. So, alright guys, that's all for me on this tip video. So if you liked the video, please go down below, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more tips and tricks like this, and check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Empirant. Links down in the description below, and I hope to see you in the stream someday. Alright, have a good rest of your day, guys. Thanks for watching.